Dragon Ball Z premiered in Japan on Fuji Television in the year 1989 and ran for 291 episodes. Dragon Ball Z finally aired in America in 1996 with the episode Arrival of Raditz, and aired on Cartoon Network all the way up until 2006. So the story of Dragon Ball Z starts 5 years after the ending of Dragon Ball. The first story arc is called the Saiyan Saga. Goku is now married to Chi-Chi and has a small son named Gohan. He lives a quiet life chilling in the forest. While visiting Master Roshi and Krillin, he is faced with a Saiyan warrior called Raditz. It is revealed that Raditz is actually Goku's brother, and he has come to Earth to find him. Goku, being the genius that he is, has a hard time figuring any of this out. When he can't convince his brother to come with him, Raditz kidnaps Gohan and takes him as hostage. A pretty awesome brotherly move if you ask me. To save his son, Goku asks Piccolo for help. The same Piccolo who was a bad guy in Dragon Ball. Piccolo accepts and the two go off to face Raditz in battle. Raditz is way too strong for both of them, but Gohan comes in to help them when he bursts out and uses his hidden potential, headbutting Raditz in the chest. Goku's son seems to be more powerful than even his dad, subtle foreshadowing on what's to come later on in the series. The battle ends when Goku sacrifices himself so that Piccolo can blast away Raditz with his special beam cannon. This story arc ends with Goku's death and sinister news that two more powerful Saiyans will arrive on Earth in 1 year's time. The heroes have 1 year to collect the Dragon Balls to revive Goku and also prepare for the Saiyan invasion. This starts the Vegeta Saga, and it follows Piccolo as he trains Gohan for the upcoming fight, while we also see Goku train in the afterlife with King Kai. Piccolo shows himself to be a better father to Gohan than Goku ever was, minus the couple of months where Gohan almost died on a daily basis and Piccolo beat his ass on the regular. Ignoring that, he was a pretty good dad. Meanwhile, Goku continues his training with King Kai, where he masters a new technique called the Kaioken. After a year goes by, the two Saiyan warriors named Vegeta and Nappa arrive on Earth. While Goku comes back to Earth, Yamcha, Tien, Krillin, Chaozu, Piccolo, and Gohan have to hold off the Saiyans. Nappa just starts destroying everyone. Yamcha thinks he is the main protagonist or something, so he goes to head off first into battle and dies in seconds. You are not that guy, pal. You are not that guy. This will be the first in a long line of Yamcha sucks moments throughout the series. Later on, Tien and Chaozu also die. Vegeta is just watching Nappa play with them. Later in the fight, Piccolo even sacrifices his own life to save Gohan. This is the first of many Piccolo deaths in this series. At last, Goku finally returns, and this is when we get the iconic, "It's over 9,000!" After a short fight, Goku defeats Nappa with such ease it's almost hilarious. Then he begins his fight with Vegeta. The two fight in the desert, and Vegeta turns into a giant great ape, and Goku uses his Kaioken. With the help of Gohan and Krillin, Goku finally manages to defeat Vegeta. Krillin tries to finish off Vegeta, but Goku stops him because plot. With this arc finished, we move into the Namek Saga. This arc lasts about 60 episodes and is split into several different storylines. The enticing incident is Goku deciding to travel to an alien planet called Namek to revive his friends. Goku left Earth a bit later than the rest of his friends, so he has to train while traveling to Namek. Meanwhile, Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin search for the Namekian Dragon Balls as Vegeta seeks his revenge. We are introduced to Frieza and his army. He terrorizes the galaxy, and now he has his eyes set on the planet Namek. Frieza deploys his deadly squad called the Ginyu Force to kill our heroes. The next couple of episodes cover the Captain Ginyu Saga. Gohan and Krillin basically run away and fight members of the Ginyu Force. Vegeta also arrives on Namek and wants to use the Dragon Balls to become the legendary Super Saiyan. He also fights Gohan and Krillin, but later fights against the Ginyu Force together with them. After what seems like a zillion episodes, Goku finally arrives on Namek. He heals his friends with the Sensu beams and just goes to town on Rei-Kun and the other Ginyu Force members. Captain Ginyu then uses his ability and switches with Goku, causing both of them to take serious damage. Goku then has to go into a healing chamber for even more episodes. Now we enter the main event, the Frieza Saga. Using the Namekian Dragon Balls, the group manages to resurrect Piccolo. After he fuses with his fellow Namekian warrior, Nail, he goes to fight Frieza himself. Piccolo loses. Gohan and Krillin try to help, but they get demolished as well. Through this process, Frieza slowly transforms, changing forms several times. Later, even Vegeta faces off against Frieza. This is where Vegeta's mental breakdown starts. He first got clowned by Goku, and now Frieza just takes care of him in minutes. Goku finally arrives and begins his fight with Frieza. Now, this fight lasted a solid 20 episodes or even more. It all accumulates with the death of Krillin and Goku transforming into a Super Saiyan. Goku and Frieza scream a lot, they monologue, and then fight while Namek slowly gets destroyed. Finally, Goku defeats Frieza, but he disappears. His friends arrive back on Earth, and they don't know if Goku actually survived the battle. A year goes by, and Goku still hasn't returned to Earth. And this is where the Android Saga begins. It introduces Trunks, the son of Bulma, and Vegeta. He came from the future to warn the group that evil androids will appear soon. They have 3 years to prepare before the androids show up. Oh yes, by the way, Trunks can also turn into a Super Saiyan, and he kills a robotic Frieza and his father in a matter of minutes. Crazy. Goku later returns in cool armor and with a new ability. Goku and Trunks have a secret talk away from the group. Trunks gives Goku a cure for a heart virus that killed him in future Trunks' timeline. For the next 3 years, the Z-Fighters train and prepare for the upcoming war with the androids. 3 years pass, and the bulk of the Android Saga begins. Androids 16 to 19 show up, and they are led by their creator, Dr. Gero. Old Man Gero is also an android. They go all over the world and start just destroying cities. They are trying to bait out Goku. He's their ultimate goal. The Z-Warriors fight the android. Yamcha once again gets beat up in a glorious fashion. Goku starts to suffer from the heart virus, and Vegeta has to step in. Vegeta has finally achieved the Super Saiyan form and manages to kill one of the androids. He later gets demolished by Android 18, however, and Goku has to recover from the virus. As that is happening, the true threat starts to emerge, an ultimate android called Cell, and thus we enter the Cell Saga. Future Trunks returns once more to help the Z-Fighters. Cell goes around the world consuming humans, and eventually he sets his eyes on the other androids. Meanwhile, Piccolo faces off against Android 17. Eventually, Cell arrives and starts chasing after 17 and 18 to eat them and absorb their powers. This saga introduces the perfect Cell, and we see that Trunks and Vegeta went off to train together in the hyperbolic time chamber. They exist after just 1 day, but it's actually been 1 year for them inside the chamber. Goku recovers and prepares to go train with Gohan the same way. On an island, Piccolo is still fighting Android 17, but Cell soon arrives and consumes him. Tien tries to hold off Cell, but it's Tien. Come on, what is he really gonna do? Afterwards, Vegeta and Trunks arrive, and they try to fight Cell. Vegeta is so full of himself, he actually allows Cell to consume both Android 18 and Android 17, and this plan massively backfires so hard, and now a fully powered up Cell destroys both Vegeta and Trunks, no problemo. Eventually, Cell gets so powerful that he organizes a fighting tournament that will decide the fate of the humanity. Thus, the Cell games begin. It is in those final moments where numerous epic battles happen, and it all accumulates with Gohan achieving Super Saiyan 2, becoming the most powerful fighter of them all. Goku eventually sacrifices his life to stop Cell, and Gohan finally manages to defeat Dragon Ball's greatest villain yet. 7 years and 1 filler arc later, we get to the Great Saiyan Man saga. Gohan is all grown up now and is a full-blown dork who tries to be a superhero in his free time. He also now has a younger brother named Goten. We see Gohan's daily life in high school and his romance with Videl, and Goku is still with King Kai in the afterlife, kinda just chilling. The World Martial Arts Tournament is soon starting and all the Z-Fighters start to get ready. And Goku is allowed to return to Earth for 1 day so that he can participate. The World Tournament saga begins and we see several fights. Goten fights Trunks, Piccolo fights the mysterious Shin, Videl gets beat up by Popovich, and it is revealed that the evil Babidi plans to resurrect a demon called Majin Buu. Vegeta also gets possessed by Babidi and turns psycho once again, getting that M on his forehead. Finally, a rematch between Goku and Vegeta starts. Now, we follow the Z-Fighters on their mission to stop Babidi and his evil forces. We see a couple of cool fights, but nothing is more important than Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta is in his Majin state, and he does not hold back. Gohan tries to stop Babidi from awakening Majin Buu, but fails miserably. Thus, the Majin Buu saga begins. Here, in this saga, we see Goku achieve Super Saiyan 3, and Goten and Trunks start to practice the fusion dance. Vegeta sacrifices himself to try to stop Majin Buu, but it doesn't help at all. Trunks and Goten achieve a perfect fusion into a whole new fighter, Gotenks, and Gohan trains to achieve his ultimate form, while Majin Buu evolves into Super Buu. Gohan then faces off against Super Buu, and for the most part is dominating the fight. However, Super Buu absorbs Gotenks and Piccolo. Eventually, Goku and Vegeta fuse into Vegito, using the Potara earrings they got from the Kais, and fight Buu. Now with Buu fully transformed into Kid Buu, the final battle begins, and Goku and Vegeta try to fight this final form. Buu actually gets separated into a good and a bad side, and eventually Goku creates a giant spirit bomb with the help of everybody, and crushes Buu. After 10 years, a good reincarnated version of Buu named Oob shows up, and Goku decides to ditch his family once again to train with Oob, thus ending the series of Dragon Ball Z. Thanks everybody for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to slap that bell notification icon in case you never want to miss another video. Until next time, peace.